It's Amanchu, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Last time I explored the headquarters for Halcyon Colony Board and visited the Minister of Earth, not necessarily in that order. I'm still at this point not sure if contact has been lost with Earth or if it's just because the time it takes for supplies to get from Earth is so long that the board has mismanaged the logistics of it, and that's why supplies aren't getting to Halcyon Colony in a timely manner. But the Minister of Earth has been put under house arrest and prevented from contacting Earth for some reason. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll find more answers in here. In the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Let's go in and find out. And as I begin, I want to remind you, if you see this video and you like what you see, remember to click on the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Wow, this place looks pretty decadent. Really nice. Corporate commanders. Cool. What's in here? I assumed that this was some kind of lab. Not really positive. High society cigarettes. Ooh, nobody's looking right. I'm taking these. It does stuff. Whatever. Magazine changes the weapon's damage rate to plasma. Okay, whatever. I don't know why I'm bothering to steal all this stuff. In theory, my mission should be to get that special chemical to revive all the colonists. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is. Hey, dude. I absolutely belong here.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance.
I totally have
what level clearance? You're just making up words.
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in.
I work for Chairman Rockwell, see? See? Here's my clearance, see?
I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Man. Fine. Am I supposed to go in there? I don't know. I'll look around a little bit more. Hey, folks. How's it going?
Don't let the guards hear you asking questions or peeking in the back.
Okay, but I'm totally peeking in the back. Human resources? Wait a minute. Hi.
If you see any sprats loose up here, definitely don't touch them.
Well, I know where they came from, so I can understand that. Human resources, huh? Let's check this out. Oh, I need better hacking skill. I might be able to take care of that. Let me check. Let's get some privacy in here. +5 tech skills? Will that do it for me? No? Really? Alright, switch back to that. Mind attributes? How's that? Oh, come on. Really? Well, I think if I took Vicar Max with me, he'd give me better hack skills. I think. Let's try and find a different way.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
Oh wow, that looks just like the dress that Pravati
the one
wore.
who's been hounding the clerks? Ooh, gives me the shudders, too.
They're all pretty unpleasant. What do you think they actually do down there?
Best not to ask. Remember that? She found
Okay, it's restricted access over here, but I got a good disguise. I don't need to run, but I need to move through here efficiently. get out. It's hard to make out exactly where I'm going. It looks like my objective is down a couple floors. How the heck am I going to get there? That door's sealed. How do I open it? There. Did that do anything? Did that? I think I heard some elevator noise. Oh, thank goodness. I couldn't figure that out. I think we're out of the restricted area. Thank goodness. Whew. That was a lot more difficult than it should have been. This is not restricted area? It totally is. Oh, shoot. I gotta be careful about where I'm going here. Looks like my destination is down here. There's a lot to explore here, but I don't want to get into a huge fight if I can avoid it.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That's actually spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for.
Nothing really that valuable in here. Alright, get out of here. I can kind of cheese it by continue to go out here and reset it. Let's see. Yeah, there's cryo-freeze chambers here.
Let the record show that Subject 23K's cause of death is cerebral vascular incident brought about by a ruptured aneurysm.
That's an 86% failure rate for this batch. I think we can safely move on to the next.
And
all subjects have perished after undergoing multiple hibernation cycles. Massive cranial hemorrhage upon removal from hibernation chamber. Intestinal rupture upon removal from hibernation chamber. Lab technician accidentally shorted hibernation chamber, subject electrocuted. Pulmonary edema upon removal from hibernation chamber. Well, it could be that Wells was really lucky that I survived, or these guys are just terrible. But it looks like they're trying to overcome the same problem. Whew, made it. Alright, check out the animal testing area on the left. Lots of dead sprats. There's a cow. Don't mind if I check this, do you? Remember, human trials are expensive. Test with animals first. It's not a matter of morals, it's a matter of humans are expensive. Trial 27. I tried replicating the work Dr. Wells initially did on the revivifying formula, but his notes are basically unintelligible. This may take a few iterations. So they actually know of Dr. Wells. They're trying to duplicate his work. Trial 64. That's tetraborate ethanol, not toasted dinner roll. What? Maybe it is toasted dinner roll. Powers that be are demanding results. I've submitted my catalog of dead sprats. I didn't realize it was possible to run out of sprats. Which genius left the new shipment of sprats in the kitchen? Still attempting to complete Wells' formula. Still going through a dozen sprats a week. We've got a lot of work ahead of us if this is ever going to be effective at reviving people from long-term hibernation. Now, they have not been able to, excuse me, replicate the success of Wells. Central lab. This isn't going to last forever. I've been through there. I haven't been to the central lab.
You get tired of patrolling. Let's go rough somebody up.
There's an elevator over there. Is this a safe zone? It is not. Shoot. I don't know if I can make it back. Nope, didn't make it back. Nothing to see here. I haven't checked over this way. It's down here. There's a workbench somewhere. Let me check down the hall on the right. I just don't think I can pull this off without getting spotted. It's too far to go from the safe area. Security over on the right. What's in here? Nothing I can't live without. Okay, we'll get there. This time, definitely. We follow the yellow line. There's an elevator there. Where does that lead? Looks like it might lead up one floor. I think I want to check that out. See what's up here. This is not going to work. There's no way. Everyone's going to be alerted to my presence. There's my objective over there. How do I get there from here? Is there a ladder down somewhere? Crap. How do I get over there? Over here. Lead to a stair down. Nobody here. Ah, yep. These were the tubes that he was talking about, I think. Dimethyl sulfoxide formulation version 283.2G discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. Do not stare directly at the contents. Alright, what was the update to my quest? You found an empty canister. There should be a way to transfer the dimethyl sulfoxide into it. Really? There should be a way. Terminal over here. It's lucky there's nobody in here. Human testing is a required step of any new product or process in order to ensure accuracy. Please be sure to document the results of all tests thoroughly to save the expense of additional trials. Transfer dimethyl sulfoxide in canister. Or to canister. This procedure may result in the invalidation of the experiment results and death of human test subjects. Tell me more. Sudden withdrawal from dimethyl sulfoxide is highly lethal and result in cancellation of any in-progress experiments. Experimental integrity and test subject vitality can be maintained by leaving 73.629% dimethyl sulfoxide concentration in circulation. The objective to repeatedly revive human subjects from extended hibernation without causing the death of a human subject and the loss of associated productivity. Results are inconclusive. Prognosis cautiously optimistic. Let me check lab notes. The addition of dimethyl sulfoxide to the current round of tests has resulted in some improvements. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neural activity. However, our formula is still missing something. We're still unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethyl sulfoxide results in their rather excruciating death. The problem is compounded when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. To make matters worse, we've had a hard time securing additional dimethyl sulfoxide. We may have to make do with this batch. Alright. So I could just transfer some of it and not kill everyone, or all that I can get. Not only do I not want to have to kill people, but also it might set off a lot of alarm bells and things, and so let's just get this much. Okay. Okay. Grab that container. It's not full, but it should be enough to maybe revive a few more people. Now I gotta get back to Phineas Wells. How do I get out of here? Stepping very carefully here. Make sure I don't take any wrong turns. Is this an elevator out? Well, thank crap. Hopefully this leads out.
Throwing off the shackles of your old job. Taking up the rugged life of a hunter.
Sure. Wait, what?
Board must have forced you to do something till you decided to be a hunter. I was hauling boxes till the boss picked me up.
It's not like I threw off the shackles of some other life. I grew up on Monarch. I've always been a hunter. Anything else would be a waste of my outstanding talents.
I get it. You picked a path for yourself and never looked back. According to the board, what you did was impossible.
The board also claims it's impossible to live on Monarch, yet here I stand. They believe gainful employment necessary to one's survival. I believe the board can kiss my ass.
Nice. Thanks, Nyoka. Alright. We got in and out of there like a ninja. Now, to return to Wells' secret lab.
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are the limit. If you don't mind, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
Who?
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
I don't think I've had the pleasure. Well, at least I got your attention.
I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up.
And made it worse.
When you cut off power to Edgewater, you saved me a great deal of trouble. Now I don't have to bother trying to save that town.
You're
All this
welcome?
happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky.
You almost sound like you approve.
Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony.
Who the heck are you? I can't say that I trust you because I have no idea who you are. I'm sorry if I missed a memo somewhere, but I don't know you from Adam, lady.
Then let me help you make up your mind. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
Okay, I'm listening.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
You want me to sell him out. You want me to sell out the guy that revived me from essentially the dead. The board was willing to let me rot, and the rest of the people on the Hope rot.
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's just get out of here. I think whoever that was, they represented the board. I guess. I never heard of her. But you know what? Screw her. I'm not helping her.
Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
That is not happening. Nope. Sorry. Alright, who are we taking with us here? I'm gonna take the girls with me. If only that person wasn't so vague about her explanation of how Wells is going to endanger the entire colony with his plan. I mean, she could make an argument for how that would be, but she didn't. So, screw her. I'm not helping her. Hi.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Hang on just a second here. You realize, of course, the colony is on verge of collapse, that they don't have enough food for the colonists that are alive already, let alone if we revive more from the Hope.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
Yeah, well, I guess worse than that, the chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon. Or at least all but a skeleton force.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
Yeah, well, it may be too late. But I did find the chemicals in the ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects, of course.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
And you never did that, right? Right. Alright, well, these are all the chemicals that I could get. If I'd taken any more, I would have killed the test subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Oh, I didn't realize they were going to use the Hope's hibernation chambers. Well, crap. So, think, man. You're supposed to be some scientific genius. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists. The brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Well, there is a way. It's not exactly safe, but it might work. We could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius!
Well, yeah.
We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
Assuming they don't track it. Now, the Hope's probably damaged, so we'll have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Okay. I might have other questions.
Certainly. How can I help?
Are people gonna notice when the Hope slams into the rings of Terra 2?
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
Okay, I get it. You do realize, of course, that this is kind of risky to use skip drives to go into an asteroid ring, right? That's kind of risky.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly.
That
is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thanks for the reassurance. It'll be fine. Don't worry. It'll be fine. So am I to expect any resistance when I get there?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm ready.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Should I even mention the Adjutant? I probably should, because it might come up. I got this transmission from somebody that called themselves the Adjutant, whatever the hell that is. They wanted me to plant a tracking signal in your lab. I'm obviously not doing that, but, in case it comes up at some point. Trust me, I'm not doing that.
You absolutely should.
What? What? I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcasm. The last refuge of the witless. The Adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal.
Oh.
That should buy me some time.
I see. I was going to say, because if I do that, then they're going to come straight to your front door. So you want to prepare, right?
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I can ask you about the Hope?
Certainly. How can I help?
Nope, I guess that's it. And again, leveled up. Let's see. Let's dump even more points into lockpick. That seems like a good plan. There we go. Alright, so... wait a minute. Okay. So I have to corrupt the signal first. To make sure I do this right. Send corrupted tracking signal. Yeah, that seems like the plan. Okay, board surveillance protocol failed. Signal fidelity has been compromised. The terminal will attempt to establish new connection once every cycle. So, they'll still figure out how to get here.
You bought me more than enough time.
But it'll take them longer. So that's good. And it also should put them off my trail. Maybe that means there'll be less security on the Hope. I hope. Guess we'll find out. Okay, folks, are we ready?
Captain, I hope Dr. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Really? How do I know this isn't a trap?
Because I'm not in the business of arresting my own allies. You have my word.
Oh,
meet me in
so
my
reassuring.
office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
You have personal
Adjutant
landing pad?
Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's go. So she wants me to talk to her. I don't really want to talk to her. I don't know who this lady is. I don't trust her. She didn't revive me from the Hope. Screw her. I'm not doing that. We are going to the Hope.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Okay, so what happens when I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2. Or the Sun.
Oh, that's reassuring. What can you tell me about the Hope?
The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
Okay, thanks.
Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Well, I have to admit it wasn't my idea. Alright, hang on. Let's check this here. Let's put that on. And that on. Alright. I'm equipped. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Who are my best fighters? Definitely Nyoka. Who Who else? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nyoka and Pravati. Here we are. Auxiliary power. I need to get to comms, don't I? There's comms. I guess maybe I have to do both? This layout looks similar to the Groundbreaker. Alright, let's check here. Status. Power maintenance hibernation chambers. Okay, storage bays are near capacity. Maintenance status. Looks like I'm overdue for some PMs. Pending work orders. Microwave short-circuited after some idiot left his fork on his plate. Having some problems with the microwave. Alright. Power status. Power save mode. Only life support. Huh. There were 24 crew and 5 officers. I wonder whatever happened to them. "10 years. Longest trip Donna and I ever took was a week-long sojourn into the Silver Mountains. Even that set her on edge. She's a homebody. Always was. She packed so much food we could have been stranded out in those rocks for a month, and we probably would have been just fine. UDL sent us on a team-building seminar into the city once. They paid for everything. Donna still packed nutrient bars, just in case the bus broke down. It's going to take this trip 10 years to reach Halcyon. An entire decade. It's a good thing UDL provided the rations, else she might have dumped our life savings into mixed nuts and freeze-dried meat. This is it, folks. Say goodbye to old Blue, eh? Yeah, if anyone wants to. Good riddance. Why so bitter, Resi? She's been a good home. Give me a spaceship any day of the week. Well, we'll see how you feel in a year in. So, moment of silence, or should we make a toast? Anything? It feels weird leaving Earth in the rearview mirror. Nope, from now on we only look forward. Well, that doesn't really tell me what happened. Alright, I've rerouted power, that's good.
That ought to do her, Captain.
I still gotta get to comms. What's up here?
That was quick.
I don't see anybody here, no hostiles or anything. Had a little trouble with that little drop. It's over here. I don't see nothing. What's here? Normal operations. Okay. See a bunch of robots there. I don't think they're hostile, though. Are they? They're not currently hostile. They could become hostile, I don't know. There's sprats even here. Unbelievable. I'm gonna sneak around a little bit. Just to be on the safe side. They're just so cute. Cute and ugly at the same time. Like pugs.